The Industrial Revolution 200 years ago spurred the accelerated economic progress in Western Europe. The revolution helped towns and cities, which were once little more than ghettos and fortified settlements, to transform into sprawling metropolises. The genesis of the Industrial Revolution in Europe can to a large extent be attributed to extensive pursuit of academics in some of the centuries-old universities in the continent. However, there was another factor that contributed to the industrial success in the 18th and 19th centuries in Europe. It was the unrestricted flow of raw materials from the Asian and African colonies that moved the wheels of West European Industrial Revolution. Due to these colonies, Europe enjoyed significant all-round prosperity. Hi, this is the globalheadwinds.com, your go-to platform for understanding geopolitics and how it is shaping global economics, energy security, and climate crisis. Today we are asking, why are the advanced economies of Western Europe gradually losing their edge? And how can they sustain their progress in the future? It may be controversial to say, but it is an undeniable historical fact. The stunning wealth of the advanced Western economies and the beautiful cities of Europe were to a significant extent due to the systematic pillaging of wealth from their colonies. However, post-World War II, when many of their colonies in Asia and Africa started breaking free from colonial shackles, West European countries lost access to the abundant natural resources of these territories, which so far they had been exploiting. Not only they lost access to such abundance, but this resulted in the gradual loss of their economic and geopolitical clout they had enjoyed so far. For instance, countries now part of the European Union and Great Britain together accounted for a staggering 52% of the global economy before the war in 1938. By contrast, their combined contribution has declined to just 13% today, just one-fourth of their pre-war share. The fall in contribution of Great Britain, France, and Italy and Netherlands to the world economy has been more accurate, since these countries have ruled over most of the colonies in Asia and Africa. So where does Europe go from here? Presently, countries of the Western Europe are gradually falling behind many of their Asian counterparts in terms of their contribution to the global economy. It must be kept in mind that European leaders recognized long ago that without colonial resources, the continent would face severe economic constraints. Though unstated, this was one of the many reasons that led to the creation of the European Union and the adoption of the euro. But to maintain its position in the world, Europe needs to go further. To get over this path of gradual decline, Europe requires a radical change of mindset to continue to stay relevant. And the best way to do so is to think of the European Union as a single country, devoid of any borders. Individual nations must cease to exist. However grandiose this idea of a unified Europe may be, for Europeans, this is the best way to keep themselves relevant. Let's not forget, as on today, the combined GDP of all European Union member states is estimated to be more than $23 trillion, second only to that of the United States. Deeper political, economic, and even military integration could allow Europe to pool its strengths and resources more effectively and make it an economic powerhouse in the global stage. In this regard, history offers an encouraging precedent. The Roman Empire, despite Europe's natural resource limitations, remained the world's wealthiest and the most powerful entity for nearly 1,000 years. This was largely due to the ability of the Romans to unify and organize its vast territories. Probably time has come for the Europeans to start thinking on those lines again. For Europe to thrive once more, the writing on the wall is clear. Unity is strength. That is all for today. Do tune in to globalheadwinds.com again next week for another interesting discussion on Europe. And if you like the discussion, please do press the subscription button below.